It's day 7 and we wake up in Aleppo. I've said that everyone in Syria has a satellite television, and here are a few of them. In this view from my hotel window, we can see just on the horizon the citadel of Aleppo, and we hope to see more of that later. It's early morning, and just outside the hotel people are waiting for buses and microbuses to take them to work or to school. Just round the corner is Aleppo railway station. This is the first country I've been to recently where the train service is worse than ours. I think there are 2 trains a day to Damascus, 1 overnight. Mind you, they've such a fantastic system of buses and microbuses that perhaps they don't need the trains. During breakfast we were entertained by the window cleaner. I hope he's done a health and safety assessment on that job. This morning we're visiting the site of St. Simeon Stylites, which is up there. Incidentally, we're informed that the smog was actually a sandstorm, not like the ones you get in the Sahara where you have to hide behind your camel, but sand carried at high level all the way from Saudi Arabia, which falls out on everything underneath. St. Simeon was the chap who lived on top of a column. In spite of earthquakes and the passage of time, the remains here are quite impressive. An octagonal building was built around Simeon's column. Then 4 basilicas were built around this, forming the shape of a cross. So whilst we examine what remains here, I want to read out some parts of the story that I found. When he was born in about 390 AD, the persecution of martyrs had all but ceased in Christendom, so the young Simeon had no recourse, it seems, but to persecute himself. Indeed, he appears to have displayed a particular aptitude for self-inflicted pain from an early age. On entering a monastery at the age of 16, he wore a spiked girdle that drew blood and spent his summers buried up to his chin in the ground. Such odd behaviour naturally attracted considerable attention, so he perched on a pillar to escape the crowds. The more the crowds came, the higher his pillar would become, so the more the crowds would come. A rather self-defeating ploy perhaps, but otherwise quite a crowd puller. His pillar eventually reached the height of 64 feet, where he spent the last 30 years of his life. He would hold court each day over the crowds gathered at his feet, and his influence spread far and wide. Over the centuries, pilgrims and tourists possibly chipped away at the column, and this little bit here is all that remains. The complex is considered to be one of the greatest masterpieces of early Christian architecture. The carving has weathered well, and in particular these acanthus leaves, carved as if swaying in the breeze, are a floral decoration that originated here and spread throughout the Byzantine Empire. We're moving now to the south end of the site to look at the baptistry. This is located at the main entrance to the site, and mass baptisms would have taken place of the columns of pilgrims as they came up from the town below and before they entered the church. I seem to have become involved with a party of Germans here, pretending to be tourists, but I really know that what they're doing is prospecting the route for the Berlin to Baghdad railway. So we go back outside now to get the bus for our journey back to Aleppo. We encounter a short, sharp hailstone storm on the way back.